You're mad. I'm back.
And I'm back. What's going on, everyone? What is going on? I did not expect to be live again tonight. I did not expect that. But let's wait for more people to get into the chat room. My TikTok family, we've got 40-something people in the TikTok chat room. Head on over to TheKempire Daily on YouTube. We got things to discuss. Tinsley Mortimer's relationship, her engagement is over. People is reporting this. Whew, we got things to talk about. And we need to talk about this Piers Morgan story. But I'm first going to talk about Tinsley because y'all know how much I love New York. New York is probably my favorite Real Housewives city. And look, I was so happy when she left and she was going to start a new life in Chicago. And what happened? What happened? I need to know. For those that are in the chat here on Facebook and on YouTube, hit that like button. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe. And make sure you hit that notification bell because as you see, look, I went live earlier and now I'm live again. I am live again. Look, let me take a sip. So shout out to the chat room. She deserved better. This is what people are already saying. Hey, Jamila, here from TikTok. Do you think that Lisa Vanderpump will make a comeback? When you say comeback, what do you mean? Comeback in regards to TV? Comeback to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Let me know. Hey, BX Girls, Jamila, did Scott dump her? She hasn't posted anything about it. Jessica asks. Well, let's wait for a little more people to come into the chat room. Hey, TikTok, head on over to my YouTube, TheKempire Daily. If you're looking for a direct link, head on over to my IG, hit that IG icon, and hit my link tree, or just go to YouTube and put in TheKempire Daily. My page will come up. Woo. Let me see what you guys are saying in here. I wonder why Scott strung her along for so many years. Look, if you've been a fan of the Real Housewives of New York City, then you know this relationship. You know about these two. All right, look, let me just put a picture of them up. How they used to be. Look how they used to be. Oh, Scott. I never really loved Scott for her anyway. I really didn't. I was very happy for Tinsley when she left this last season. You remember she left mid-season. Dorinda flipped out on her, talked all kinds of stuff about her. Now it feels like Dorinda has been justified a little bit in regards to this relationship. You know, people have questioned this relationship for a very long time. And I really did not expect this information to come out right now. I didn't, but you never know. People have been in a pandemic. People have been quarantined. People have been locked down together, and people are seeing other sides of people. All right, so let's just jump into this story. TikTok, head on over to the TheKempire Daily YouTube channel, or you can watch me also on Facebook on TheKempire. I want to spill this tea. If you want me to see your comments, it's easier on those platforms just because they're right in front of my face. So I might miss your comments here, but let's go. Let's get into the story because you guys know I don't like to waste your time. Well, Scott, I never knew Scott's last name, but his last name is Kluth. Kluth? Okay. Well, he has confirmed to people that the engagement of 14 months, they've been engaged for 14 months, but let's keep in mind, for the majority of that 14 months was a pandemic. Okay. So this is what he's saying exclusively to People magazine. He said, after 14 months of engagement, Tinsley and I have ended our relationship. And we have been living independently for the last few months. Look, wow, he's only 40 years old. Sometimes I look at these folks that are near my age. Look, I'm not 40 yet. Near my age, and I'm like, damn. That's why I had to moisturize before I came on here. Look, I had to moisturize before I came on here. Can't. Well, this is an exclusive statement that he sent to People magazine. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Cindy said, pandemic has ruined many relationships. He's worth so much. Oh, I can't. I mean, he's what? Isn't he like the coupon king? Scott, anyways, let's continue with his statement to people. He said, this was an incredibly difficult decision, but it is one that I believe is best for both of us. I will always care about Tinsley, and I sincerely wish her happiness and success in all that she does in the future. Whew. He concludes in his statement, while I understand this news will be of interest to many, us, we're all interested. I asked for privacy and understanding during this time as I continue to work on recovering emotionally from the end of our relationship. Why do you guys think he decided to release a statement if he's trying to, like, no one even knew or cared really until he made a statement about it? Well, according to people, a source close to the couple says that Tinsley was blindsided by the breakup. This is what they're saying. This was not mutual. She was blindsided. She's on the floor, heartbroken and devastated. I'm sorry, I don't want to make a joke of this, y'all, but when they say she's on the floor, you remember when he surprised her in like all the New York Housewives fans remember this, when he surprised her at the hotel apartment thing that she was staying at, and she just fell to the floor. So that's what I'm picturing Tinsley right now, crying over this broken engagement. Oh, Tinsley. But that doesn't mean she's coming back to the Real Housewives of New York. Would you want Tinsley back on the Real Housewives of New York? We'll discuss in the chat room. I'll get to you guys in a second. Let me just continue with this. So as I was saying, this is what sources close to Tinsley Mortimer are saying. This was not mutual. She was blindsided. She's on the floor, heartbroken and devastated. She left everything for him because she didn't think he'd ever call off the engagement, says the source. She trusted him and that this time it was going to be different. If you've been following this relationship, you know they've been off and on since they met, but they were hot and heavy from the beginning. You remember Carol introduced them because they were mutual. Scott was a mutual friend of Carol's then boyfriend. I can't even think of his name right now. Her coffee time buddy. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. You know what? I'm gonna post the link if you guys want to join the conversation. If you want to call in TikTok, head on over to the TheKempire Daily YouTube channel, or you can watch us on the TheKempire on Facebook fan page. And if you're on Twitch, I'm on Twitch right now, live on TheKempire. Everything is TheKempire. Okay. So yeah, in regards to this story, it's not that shocking because this relationship has been up and down since we met them. Oh my gosh. And when they were introduced, they really moved very, very, very quickly. Oh, I see a familiar face. Let me add her to the stream. My girl, Danielle. It's over for Tinsley and Scott.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, damn.
I just want to know, why did he feel the need to do a press release when he didn't want her on the show because he didn't like all the attention, yada, 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 but all of a sudden you had to go to the press?
I honestly beg to differ because I remember while he was on the show, he didn't really want to be on the show after all of the backlash and everything that surrounds Housewives. He really didn't love it. But you remember, he also had commercial spots during the Housewives. So it was good for his business at one point until the backlash. And that's when he seemed to sort of like, I don't want any involvement in the show, and that's when he sort of stepped back. And
that's fine. That still makes me ask, if you don't want any spotlight or you want to back off from the show, why are you speaking to People Magazine about this, about your relationship, your private relationship, your personal relationship?
And I'm going to repeat what he said at the end of his statement. While I understand this is news, while I understand this news will be of interest to many. Really? Calm down. I asked for privacy and understanding during this time as I continue to work on recovering emotionally from the end of our relationship.
So you're contradicting yourself because you don't want to be private.
Oh, honestly, I was a little shocked by this. Everyone that's just joining us, we're talking about the Tinsley Mortimer and Scott Kluth breakup. Their engagement is over. He released a statement to People magazine confirming the news. Sources close to Mortimer allegedly are saying that she is devastated, that she was blindsided by his decision, but they've been separated, he's saying, for several months. Mind you, the majority of their engagement was during the pandemic. A lot of relationships have suffered during the pandemic. Look.
Do you think they'll get back together?
I thought with them being off the show that maybe their relationship had a chance.
Do you think they'll get back together?
Oh God, I hope not. Because Lord, we've done this multiple times with them.
And that's my point. This is like what he does, and he drags her down. And to your point, when she says she's broken and on the floor, I picture the same scene you pictured when he came to the hotel that day and she passed out with that pretty dress all on the floor. I pictured the exact same thing.
When they said that, that's
exactly what I thought about. So I'm on the same page with you there. But this is what he does to her. She's like, oh, and she gets all teary-eyed. And let's admit, I love some Tinsley, but real talk, she's only with him because he can take care of her.
But let's not sleep. Tinsley has, she is of means. She has her own means as well.
She has an eyelash line that she doesn't even really promote her eyelash line herself. So there's that. Come
on. Look, okay, first of all, for everyone watching right now, thank you. Please be sure to hit that like button. Please also be sure, if you're not subscribed, this is breaking news. I went live. No one knew I was going live. So you want to make sure you hit that notification button so that you're always in the know when these stories pop in. Look, I'm coming for you. Those are on my TikTok. Please head on over to the TheKempire Daily YouTube channel. Also, you can watch me on Twitch, TheKempire on Twitch, and the Facebook fan page is TheKempire. I'm sorry, I got to promote in between. Danielle, okay, would you want Tinsley to come back?
Yes, I love Tinsley, but I need the tension between her and Dorinda too.
Oh.
Because if she comes back and it's all hunky-dory, what do we have? I mean, it's bad enough we're losing Dorinda's house at the Berkshires. So we're
I'm so devastated by that.
I know. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss all Dorinda with all her great holiday
she's so festive.
She's so festive. Like, she goes above and beyond for she's like the ultimate hostess with the mostest. She does the best.
You hear that, Kenya?
Better than that darn Ramona. But anyway.
Oh my God, Ramona last season. Look, I can't wait for the Real Housewives of New York to come back because I'm going to go in. Yeah. But so we can look so that we stay on track. I do want to point out, and people have been saying in the comments, Tinsley does have. We have to remember her father had money, so reportedly she's worth $35 million on her own. But we also know, and Sonia used to throw her under the bus about this. She did want to marry a man with means.
That's fine. That's how Dean raised her. Isn't that her mom's name, Dean?
Yeah. I love her.
I love her. But that's how, and I wish my mother raised me to think that way, but that's not the spoon that I was fed. I'm not knocking it, but I think for Tinsley, because I think she's so cute and she dressed so cute, I love her handbag collection. I just wanted her with someone a little more dapper, like a little more attractive. And Scott's not the most attractive, but in her defense, the way they're raised, they're not raised on looks. They're raised on who can take care of you.
Well.
And I'm pissed because just think, she's lost a whole 18 months. Remember when she had to go
14.
14. I'm sorry, I'm giving her. But it's still 14.
And how many years of on and off?
And all the years of on and off, she wants kids. Dean has been pressing her for those grandbabies. She had those eggs in storage. And remember the scene when they went to go see the eggs and they were all crying and stuff like that.
Dale's her mom's name. I'm sorry, I just had a Tourette's moment. Dale,
yes, you're right, Dale, not Dean. But I want Tinsley to have the kids, and I just feel like Scott has been wasting her time. So that's disappointing.
It is very disappointing. I mean, I really feel for Tinsley. She grew on me. When she first came on, I didn't really love her, but I knew of Tinsley Mortimer. Being from New York, of her as a socialite. So I kind of just accepted her. I don't accept Leah the same way because I've never heard of Leah before. No. And then I felt like Leah was doing too much. I'm like, why are you infringing upon my show? Yes. Get off my show, Leah.
Yes.
But I'm open to Leah for next season.
I'm open to her. She brings new insight. She brings the young juice that people like Ramona need. But I'm all for I've known Tinsley since I was in high school. I've always known about Tinsley. I remember she had the show that used to be on MTV, and I've always loved her. So I was excited to hear that Tinsley Mortimer was joining the Housewives of New York. I love her.
I mean, I feel bad. I really do feel bad, but I think we all saw this coming.
Yes.
So if you're just joining us, Tinsley Mortimer and Scott Kluth, I want to say Scott Disick all the time, but it's not Scott Disick. Scott Kluth, their relationship is over. Their engagement is over after 14 months. He released a statement to People magazine, and I'll just repeat the statement if you're just joining us. After 14 months of engagement, Tinsley and I have ended our relationship, and we've been living independently for the last few months. This was an incredibly difficult decision, but it is one that I believe is best for both of us. Even the way he says it, Danielle, you know it was his decision, right?
Yes, because he's shady.
Oh, why do you think he's shady?
Just because the fact that she had no clue, I just feel like the way he moves to get what he wants from her is just shady. We've seen this makeup to break up with them before, and I feel like it's always been his fault. She's never wanted to break up. At least I don't remember her ever wanting to break up. So I don't know why he keeps doing this to her, but to me it just comes across as something shady.
Well, you know what they say, Maya Angelou, may she rest in peace. When someone shows you who they are the first time, you better believe them. Look, I funked it up a little bit, but you know.
Lesson learned.
I mean, oh my gosh, how old is Tinsley? She's 40 something, right?
Tinsley's my age. Wait a minute, I'm just pulling up. How old is Tinsley? But last time I checked, how old is Tinsley? Okay, she's 45, so she's actually older than me.
Wow. Let me add another voice. Shantae is in the building. Shantae, thoughts on this breakup? Shantae? Look.
She's muted.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. What are your thoughts on this breakup?
Another reality show breakup.
Oh, damn.
She'll get another one.
You don't even
or
care.
They'll be back together. I mean, it's just, like this isn't juicy. I care about the juicy stuff, the real tea.
Like that whole Brandy story from the Real Housewives of Dallas apparently had
her
own side piece.
But see, the thing
y'all might see a video tomorrow on that, but apparently Brandy of the Real Housewives of Dallas had her own side piece. But rightfully so. She should have had her own side piece.
Well, I could tell since season 1 that husband was probably cheating.
Oh, damn.
I could tell, because remember, didn't they separate at the end of season 1 or something like that? Something went on with them at the end of season 1.
They had their own struggles.
Yeah, and I could tell by the way he talked to her. I could just tell that he was on some level, maybe getting tired of her.
I agree.
Or had already messed around. I could tell.
Jamila says Tinsley needs an older man that adores her. I agree.
I agree.
I agree too.
Okay, so that's the Tinsley story. If you guys have other words on this hot topic before I move on to this Piers Morgan story.
No, I'm going to sit back and listen to the Piers story.
All right. So Piers Morgan, if you've not been following the story, he's been under fire probably for quite some time at this point. Okay, so Piers Morgan, let me put up my favorite picture of him right now because I just think it's funny. Okay, here we go. Look, this is my favorite picture of him just because he looks angry. This is how he's been this entire time when it comes to this Meghan Markle story. He's been talking about Meghan Markle. Everyone knows the alleged story that they went out possibly on a date. Not sure if it was a date or what it was because he's been married allegedly for 10 years. So the math doesn't add up. Anyways, he has been obsessed with her on Good Morning Britain up until this last interview that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle did with Oprah on CBS. And I've talked about a couple of news stories in regards to Gayle King releasing information in regards to Prince Harry and his communication with his brother and father. Because as you know, during the interview, he revealed that the relationship had distance. He hadn't spoken to his father and he hadn't really spoken to his brother. So finally, according to Gayle, they did speak this week. However, the conversation was not productive, whatever that might be. Also, Gayle revealed that in her conversation with the couple, that the couple has plenty of receipts, that's my word, plenty of receipts to confirm all the allegations that they made against the royal family in their interview with Oprah. Well, Piers has, okay, so rewinding just a little bit, Sharon Osbourne tweeted support of Piers Morgan. That caused some sort of issue on the talk, which in turn had Sharon lose her mind on Sheryl Underwood. Now there's a long investigation. I did a whole other video on that. Go check that video out for all the details, because more deets have come out in regards to Sharon's problematic history, in regards to her co-host and other people outside of the talk. So now Piers Morgan, who she said in an interview with ET, okay, first of all, Sharon believes that the executives over at CBS, because of her support of Piers Morgan and because the interview with Oprah and Prince Harry and Meghan was on CBS, they were out to get her and they set her up. And that's why everything has played out the way that it has. So now Piers Morgan seems to want to defend his friend, Sharon Osbourne, tweeting to Gayle King. All right, let me just call up this tweet so you guys can see what he said to Gayle today. He is so disrespectful. How dare you talk to Gayle like this? I'm just so turned on.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Piers.
Piers Morgan tweeted Gayle, "Hi, Gayle King. Rather than acting as your Sussex friend's PR mouthpiece to facilitate their ongoing public trashing of our royal family, how about doing your job as a journalist and ask them about all the lies they told in Oprah's interview? America should hear the truth." Okay. The last that I checked, he's also considered himself a journalist, and the way he's conducted his behavior over the years covering this Meghan story has been problematic at best. What has been your thoughts on this whole Piers Morgan coverage of Meghan up until this story, Shantae?
I'm wondering if he's on the payroll. I'm like, how does
payroll?
he know? I mean, he's really invested.
Of the royal family. He considers himself a royalist, whatever that might be.
Oh, whatever. I'm like, how the heck do you know?
I don't think he does know. But, you know, it is interesting that at the end of the day, Gayle King works for CBS. They're paying Gayle King a lot of money. She's given them a lot of great moments in the last couple of years. So her being in contact with Prince Harry and Meghan, I think is partially her being friendly, but also partially telling their side of things, because she's part of the media. The same way the royal family is more than likely utilizing the press to tell their side of things. This is exactly what Prince Harry and Meghan are doing over here. What are your thoughts on Gayle King sharing these particular conversations with the public?
I mean, they did the interview. She's a journalist, and you know, people, it's not an important thing per se. I mean, we're in a pandemic, people get vaccinated, so it's not as important as that. But in entertainment news, it's a hot topic. So
this is true. Jessica says, "Good morning. Britain lost 1/3 of its viewership with him quitting. So I wonder if the UK is mad about the interview. I feel like here in the US we are team Harry and Meghan." Yeah, it really is like the US versus the UK at this point. I mean, I believe it. They wouldn't have kept him on this show for how many years if he wasn't bringing in the ratings.
Right.
So let's see what else. Laundry Day says, "I think her manager, publicist, whoever released the statement saying Sharon has had Black people over her house made it worse. I say slave masters have had Black people at their house too." Well, you know, we talk a lot about that.
I mean, that's neither here nor there. It's not a fact that matters.
The statement that Sharon's publicist released really was like, "You're a publicist? I don't know. You sound very ignorant in the statement." But let's continue with what else Piers had to say, because he was on a tweeting spree. Let me just call this up. Okay, I think this is it. Yes. So one of the big criticisms and part of the reason why the Sharon Osbourne and Sheryl Underwood argument happened was because Sharon had called some of what Piers had done racist or had racist undertones. So this is what Piers has been saying to those that have been questioning if he's a racist or not. He said 2 key points from the past week that need reinforcing. 1, it's not racist to disbelieve someone who's telling lies. 2, you don't have to agree with the word I say to support my right to have my own opinions. Shantae, what's your reaction to that?
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's a public figure. He's putting his opinion out there. People are going to respond, and they're going to have their opinion about his opinion. So, and it seems he seems to feed off of that. So, he can only complain but so much.
Honestly, I'll say this. I haven't seen his entire coverage of the Meghan situation. It does seem like he's obsessed with her to the point where his own colleague, and he walked out on this colleague, called him out for it. So it says to me his obsession with Meghan has taken on a whole new level. And according to Sharon, she said, everyone in the UK grows up being royalists. It sounds like y'all in a cult. No offense to anyone from the UK. But when you say that you have this sort of blind loyalty to these people, it's a little weird to me. I don't understand it, but I also get it. It's part of your culture. So I get that part of it. But at the same time, you can't see them doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? And I think part of the reason why Piers was taken off of Good Morning Britain was because he was questioning Meghan's suicidal thoughts that she was having, and her story saying that she had reached out to the royal family about it for help and they denied it. So him questioning that was the reason why she called ITV and made a complaint herself. And then, of course, subsequently, 41,000 other people made a complaint with ITV. So they did feel the pressure to remove him. But Piers didn't stop there, Shantae. For those that are on my TikTok, head on over to the TheKempire Daily YouTube channel. Be sure to, everyone that's on the TheKempire Daily YouTube channel, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out when I have breaking news. Okay, let me just see. Cindy says on our Facebook, hello to my Facebook family. Piers is bitter because Meghan didn't give him any play. Come on now, Piers or Harry? Harry wins hands down, even if he wasn't a prince. What do you say to that? Would you pick Piers? Well, let me pull up.
Well, listen, I mean, Piers kind of does come off a little too high strung. I'm sure maybe he does have a bitter charm.
You think?
But I mean, exactly. And it's like people were saying, he was married at the time that he met Meghan. So she probably, we really don't know what that interaction was. So I don't know, maybe he was mad that he was married and couldn't take it further. Who knows?
Whatever it is, if he considers himself a journalist, and you don't consider yourself a journalist and you're on TV, you need to be able to be at least somewhat open-minded to telling the story. You know what I mean? If you're talking about a hot topic, you could easily defend your position on being a royalist and thinking that Meghan and Harry are lying, but it just seems like he's obsessed. You know what I mean? Heather McDonald, let me just post this. She says, yes, the mental health aspect in these times is really what ticked people off. He is such a baby. Well, SW says, well, he jumped on the racist hatred over there. He has reasons to think she is a liar. He just thinks she's trash and not good enough for his precious royalty. It is racism. Well. Like I said, I haven't watched it chapter and verse in regards to this, but he did release these tweets today, and he didn't stop there, Shantae. He went on to target Sharon's co-host, Sheryl Underwood, in another tweet. So you may recall part of the reason why they had this back and forth on the talk was because Sheryl was alluding to the fact that Pierce's statements and his treatment of Meghan on the show was a little racist. Just a little racist. So this is what he said. And this is in response to I didn't know Piers follows Madame Noir. Look at you. He retweeted. Well, let me just first read what Madame Noir's article was saying. They said, this is what Sheryl Underwood had said. I got a good night's sleep. I slept well because I didn't do anything to anybody. And this is from during a recent interview, Sheryl Underwood, where she addressed the confrontation between her and Sharon Osbourne. Good for her, Sheryl. And then Piers decided to retweet this and said this. You did actually, Miss Underwood. You called me a racist for disbelieving Meghan Markle without producing a shred of evidence that I ever said or written anything racist about her. Whew! Well, he didn't stop there, Shantae. Lord, let me call up this other tweet. His other tweet. So remember, doesn't he work for the Daily Mail, or he has something with the Daily Mail in the UK. So he retweets this, and he goes, "Wow, what staggering hypocrisy by Sheryl Underwood. She attacked Sharon Osbourne for defending a friend, me, who said nothing racist, but defended her own friend over his sickening racist slurs. Will this get the same attention? If not, why not?" Shantae, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think Sheryl's hypocritical? Shantae, did I lose you? I might have lost Shantae because I can't hear Shantae.
Hello?
Oh, there we go. What are your thoughts on Piers Morgan saying that Sheryl Underwood is hypocritical?
I think it's a bit of a slippery slope because they are friends. They're going to defend each other no matter what, regardless of how they look at it. So this is just one of those things where, their point of view versus our point of view. And it's like there's no meeting in the middle. At this point, I'm just ready for it to die.
Oh. I thought the story was not done, but at least somewhat over. Mm-hmm. Amy Alvis says, not everyone in the UK are royalists. Many don't care or find the monarchy a financial drain on the country. Amy, I'm assuming you're from the UK, maybe? Let me know in the comments. Audrey says, Piers and Sharon have decided to remain willfully ignorant. Lord. Okay, let me see. Oh, wait, look, I'm posting things on them, and that was a long statement. I don't know what that was. For those of you that are just joining us, hit that link that I just posted in the comment section. If you want to call in and share your thoughts, let me know. I want to hear your thoughts on these hot topics that we've been talking about. Lonnie says, I bet Fox News reached out to him for him to work there. Well, Piers, like I said, Piers had some sort of date. I don't know what he had with Meghan, but he has never gotten over it. He's never gotten over it. Let me see. Laundry Day says, what he is doing is not ethical. He is biased because Meghan decided to ghost him for a whole prince, by the way. Damn, not a whole prince. I mean, that's a pretty big move. Heather McDonald says, I think it's more of a personal vendetta than racism. But in these times, the racism certainly plays. Sharon's treatment of Sheryl was horrific. She did own it, though.
Yeah, and it's I said, when you have that type of conversation, it's hard not to get defensive. And Sharon really did get defensive.
And but the thing is, there's one thing to get defensive, but Sharon was dropping all kinds of cuss words and she was flipping out. There's one you could easily like, you know what? I said what I said, and that's it. I'm not going to continue this conversation. She didn't have to continue the conversation. Yeah,
the whole conversation was just very tense and dismissive.
And for those that didn't see my video, I posted a video where we dropped some more receipts in regards to some other damning allegations against Sharon Osbourne. So this problematic behavior isn't just about what happened between her and Sheryl Underwood. She's said and done some things allegedly that have been problematic for quite some time. And it looks like there might be a toxic work environment over at The Talk. I'm not sure. Let me see what some of the comments are saying. SW says, look at the monarchy. based on pure bloodline, colonizers that get carried around in chairs by people. Here comes the first Black person to marry into the fam, and they've called her straight out of Compton. Well,
among other things, yeah.
Let me see what. Oh, hold on. Audrey says, even though I don't watch The Talk, I think it's terrible that the show might be canceled when all they really have to do is fire one person. I don't know. I honestly don't see them canceling the show altogether. I don't know the numbers that The Talk brings in. It's never been my go-to show to watch.
Mine either.
I'd rather watch The View. However, apparently it's been good because it's been on for like 11 seasons. But
I tell you how I thought they were going to handle it. I just assumed they were all going to have like a behind-the-scenes powwow of some kind.
Really? You thought that deep? That they would do that?
Yeah, and just kind of, if not fire her. I can't see her coming back without them doing that.
Well, when in her sit-down interview with ET, Sharon said she's not sure if she feels comfortable going back or if they even want her to come back. But as I said to you before, in that interview with ET, Sharon also revealed that she feels because she defended Piers Morgan and because that Prince Harry and Meghan interview was on CBS, that the executives intentionally wanted to set her up because back in February, there was a similar situation where some of the other co-hosts were asked a very problematic question to ask another host, and they said they would never do that again and that they would all look out for each other. So she said in this interview with ET that was part of the reason why she was so angry, because she felt like the ladies had turned on her.
See, that's a situation where you would have needed to be a fly on the wall. We'll never know.
But like I said, everyone, please check out the video that I did in regards to the Yashar Ali explosive look, just all kinds of details in regards to allegations against Sharon in her past, in regards to calling Julie Chen derogatory names, Sarah Gilbert derogatory names, people that aren't even on the talk derogatory names. And then if you follow me on TikTok, then you saw the video that I shared of Kelly Osbourne and some of the problematic things that she said on The View. Look, I'm not going to even play it because that's how bad it was. Let me see what
I remember.
Andy Mail says. I'm from UK. In regards to Piers, hold on. It's just like the white male fragility to me. Good vibes. She run him for a prince. He took it personally because he's thinking, how very dare you? Because, well, I mean, I'm sure it seemed very obvious that the way that Piers was handling coverage of Meghan and Harry was personal. And even if you don't consider you're a journalist, even the way that I handle stories, I have to handle them in a professional way. Yes, there are certain stories I give my opinion and share my thoughts, but Lord, if I had a personal relationship with someone, you probably would never know because of the way that I would treat a story about them. And there are people that look, I've been doing this for almost longer than 12 years, talking about celebrities. So there are people that that's why I say it's important. If you're trying to get in this business, don't make friends with these people because it makes it harder for you to do your job, unfortunately.
Not an industry for friends.
Exactly. Lonnie says, I've never seen The Talk. I watched The View. Is The Talk the same format as The View or more like the show, The Real format?
It's kind of more entertainment based because The View will have political and entertainment, but The Talk is more entertainment.
And The View's made that sort of transition from being very entertainment to very political because they've seen the views and the money change when they leaned into the political side. They still do a little entertainment, but they're all kind of the same. I don't understand why The Real is still on, honestly. I feel like the conversations I see here on YouTube alone is so much better than The Real. But look, they got a job. I'm happy for them. Look, no, that was no shade.
Right.
Amy says, my kids live there in the UK, and we have been chatting about it with their friends there. Thanks, Amy, for sharing your point of view. I appreciate everyone sharing their thoughts. If you have some more thoughts, we're going to be live just for a little bit longer. I just wanted to cover the story. If you're just tuning in, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification bell, because when I have breaking news, I will literally sit at my desk and go live and share that breaking news with you. And I felt like these stories were worth talking about. We've been talking about the Tinsley Mortimer and Scott Kluth breaking off their engagement. It's done. It's over. It is what it is. We've seen this before. What can we do? Shante, did you share your thoughts on this on this whole breakup situation? I can't remember.
Yeah, I said another day, another reality show breakup.
Oh, that's why I couldn't remember you, because you were like, I don't care.
It's like, oh, that's not juicy. That's not tea. Not that I saw it coming, but oh, okay, another reality couple broke up. Okay, what's new?
Well, you know what it is. Not that we didn't see this coming with Tinsley, because they have broken up so much, but
Yeah.
I thought it was done because they were no longer on reality TV. So
right.
Look, this pandemic, I've seen all kinds of relationships. It's probably good that I'm single, because I might have been single after the pandemic if I wasn't. Lord have mercy.
It's brought out the worst in everybody. You'd have broken up anyway if you weren't single.
Well, you know what it is, too? I think for most people, they either realize how much they really enjoy someone now, or they realize, yeah, this is not going to work. Or they. But
I know about 10 or 12 years ago, Tinsley was. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
About 10 or 12 years ago, Tinsley was on another reality show based in New York. Oh, yeah. I cannot remember what it was called.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. And that was a pretty decent show. It came on the CW. I think you can catch it. You can either catch episodes like on YouTube or Hulu.
Are we really going to go watch Tinsley?
She was interesting there.
Wow. Lonnie says she should just go and get in vitro and use a sperm bank to have her baby. That's what I would do. She already has the eggs. I think, though, she wanted the tradition, though. I think she really wanted. I know Dale wants the tradition. I think she wants all of that. I don't know if she just wants the kids without the steady, millionaire behind her. I don't know. Do you guys think that she'll come back to the Real Housewives of New York? Do we want her back? I wouldn't mind for her to come back, because now she's definitely. I wouldn't mind her
either. I can't think of what other reality show she'd be a fit for. Like I said, that other reality show that she did that was based in New York, when I found out that she was going to be on Housewives, I said, oh yeah, she's a perfect fit.
I think so. I mean, they've already started taping for the Real Housewives of New York already, but I wouldn't mind if Tinsley came back. Honestly,
I'd rather have her back than Bethany.
Well, I'm kind of through with Bethany after her statements in regards to this whole story about Meghan Markle.
But even before that, I was never a fan of Bethany.
I was definitely a fan. I'm not going to sit here and act brand new. I was definitely a fan of Bethany. However, look, she is very trying sometimes. But you know what I think? You know what I think Tinsley should do? Tinsley, if you're watching this, first of all, get off the floor. Tinsley, get off the floor. Thank you. I think what you should do, Tinsley, hit up your boy Andy Cohen. Let him know that you want to start and be one of the housewives of West Palm Beach. Look, I know they're working on Miami, but look, let's work on this one, because I think West Palm Beach has an elite group of women that would be interesting and entertaining. We need to work on that. I wonder where she is right now. Is she back in New York? Is she with her mom? Like, where are you, Tinsley? Let us know. Anyway,
well, now, have they said anything about the casting for Miami? Is it going to be the original cast back? Is it new people?
They have not confirmed. When they released the statement that Miami was happening, they just said that they are in development. They have different women. I hope Larsa is a part of those talks. Wendy Williams says she would be a friend of. No news yet on who's coming back. I just hope they revamp it. And one of the other leaks that we heard in regards to the Real Housewives of Miami is that they're trying to be very diverse with this next group of women. So it should be interesting. It should definitely be interesting. I'm here for it. And as you guys know, here on the channel, we talk about a whole range of topics, including the hot topics in music, entertainment, and reality TV. Shantae, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's always easier. And everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. You know, when we have breaking stories like this, I have to come to you guys. Shout out to my TikTok fam as well, to my TikTok fam that came to the YouTube and the Facebook, and my Twitch fam. Look, we're live on Twitch as well. Let's continue the conversations about this hot topic. What do you guys think about Tinsley and Scott breaking up? Do you want to see Tinsley come back to the Real Housewives of New York? Or do you want to see her in the Real Housewives of West Palm Beach that I'm talking about? Also, this Piers Morgan story. Is he obsessed? Is he truly obsessed with this? We're hearing rumors that he's already got multiple jobs lined up after Good Morning Britain. Good for him. I mean, he's attacking Gayle King and Sheryl Underwood right now. I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this, any of the hot topics that we talked about. Don't forget a new episode of my podcast, all entertainment hot topics, reality TV recaps, and more. TheKempire Radio will be available tomorrow. Be sure that you subscribe. Don't forget to rate and review. And thanks so much. Don't forget to like this video. Like this video. Share this video. And I appreciate you guys being here. Have a wonderful night. And I'll see you, hopefully not till the morning.